Hey folks, old Joe and the old plane, like old times. We're out in the middle of the winter. We have no backpack, only 4 items. Let's go see if we can make a comfortable winter camp. Now, I do have a belt knife on my hip. And if you really want to count that, then this overnighter in the winter is 5 items. But I usually have it even going to the city and stuff, so I don't really count it. But do what you will, you know? I have to build a shelter with minimal gear, obviously, so I'm looking for the ideal spot out here. I see a log there. We might be able to use that as part of the shelter. Let's go check it out. Woo! I'm gonna take this off for a second while I try to figure out where I'm gonna be. There's a whole lot of snow on top of there. It's not as big as it looked. I still might be able to use it though. Yeah. I think so. I'd like to use it as the back to my shelter, and I'll have a roof going down real low, just enough to crawl into with lots and lots of boughs for warmth. Fire in front, I'll get rid of these trees. I think this will do. I want to pack all the snow down here so I have a good base, and then I can take off my snowshoes. Then I'll get my little hatchet I have, my little folding saw, and we will go to work, bud. Go to freaking work, bud. Get these things off. Oh, it's such a relief getting these off. They're great. They're great to take off too, though. This wool blanket is going to take some fire to dry out later on, but I have no fear. The fire will happen. I learned this from Mr. Terry Barney, Iowa woodsman as well, way back in the day. There's a theme here. All right, let's see what we do have. I've got my 10 centimeter zebra billy for melting snow and drinking. I'm going to drink water out of this. I have no water bottle. So that's a dual purpose. I have my tiny little hatchet. I think it's a Gransfors. Yeah, Gransfors outdoor axe. Small little guy. And my silky big boy. So it's bigger than the axe, but it'll come in handy. And that's it as far as gear. Seriously, there's nothing in there. I have my wool blanket. I have this wool boreal shirt. I have London broil in my pocket. I'm not just happy to see you. That I'll cook up for supper. And my belt knife. So without food, everything total is 5. Don't count the belt knife, but really this is such a super minimal kit. Let's get to going. I'm gonna hang this up and try to keep the inside relatively dry. But we will have to dry it out by the fire, along with ourselves, or myself at least. Whoa. We'll probably use all these pieces. I'm just going to put them right next to where we're working here. I'm already overheating here. Hiking in the deep snow with those snowshoes, man. This wool blanket and this wool shirt on. Woo, boy. Okay. Gonna need to do a lot of drying out tonight. That's okay, it gets dark around 5. Got nothing to do after that. I want to try to get all the snow off where I'm going to be laying so it doesn't melt and drip down onto me once it gets hot in there. With my body heat and the fire in front. But I think that's pretty good. I want to lay down and test her out. Yeah. That'll do, pig. Ugh. Okay, so next steps, I think what I want to do is get a forked stick on either side, just stick it up into the snow and then put a cross piece across it. That way I can lay some thin branches across like a roof work instead of just leaning it off the big log here. And then I will thatch everything with spruce and balsam fir boughs. The balsam fir and spruce boughs will be my bedding, my thatching, and my warmth. It's hard to come by a forked stick back in here, but I found one. Like I said, hard to come by forked sticks in this tight sprucey balsam fir area. But we did it. We got it did. So there's one there. There's one here. I need to make them the same height or relatively close. And we got 2 forked sticks of very differing heights. Nice. So we'll have to cut that one down some or try to get a bigger one. I'd rather get a taller one for this side. Back out we go. So there's a big old fallen tree down that under there, and all these branches are what I'm potentially gonna get forked sticks from. There are a couple more. That one's weak though. That one's good. That one's really good. Yeah, okay. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh, I'm in a hole. I'm in a hole. Down in a hole. Losing my boot. Holy, lots of snow inside my boot. We're gonna do it. Oh boy, some work. Losing my boot, I'd like to start a fire. This one's got to be taken down just a little bit to match up. So there and there. Okay. There's not going to be a lot of weight on it. The snow should be able to hold it up. We shall find out. I think so though. All right, moment of truth. Yeah, that'll do. I might need to put it a little bit closer, to be honest, because I'm gonna lay here. Oh no, I guess not. If I lay here, fire needs to be a big step away. Maybe I can bend it back, just lean it back. Lean back, lean back, lean back. Lean too far back. That doesn't hurt. That doesn't look horrible. Doesn't feel horrible either. Yeah, okay. Boom, boom, boom across. I think I'll take it out for now and thatch my bedding. It looks like there's lots, but they're all kind of skinny, nothing trees with little bits on them. I have to find a big, decent, heavy laden tree. That might be difficult in this tight growth forest. Got an arm load at least. Only 10 more of these and we'll be good. I'm not even going to start weaving them yet. I'm just going to pile them in here and then I'll weave with my next 2 or 3 arm loads. I literally just want to get some buffer off the ground with this one, which is definitely needed. Get off the snow and the wet. I think I'm going to put a log here for a frame to keep it all contained on the front. Okay, I found a perfect piece of wood for that bed buffer. And if you guys remember years and years of YouTube of me talking about the loose cannon guy, this is what I do to campers. I'm a loose cannon, I'm a loose cannon. Look it up if you don't know. The guy's name was, it was an old school YouTube channel. Guy's name was El Presador. Loose cannon or campers or something like that, but the song in the background, I'm a loose cannon, it's just, and he's like tackling trees. It's hilarious. This is what made me think of that. See that tree? It's broken off and it's about the perfect width. When you look at it, it's bigger than my 2 hands around. It's certainly big enough, long enough, and thick enough to be part of my bed to keep it all contained. So I'm gonna loose cannon this bad boy and hopefully it breaks on the bottom and doesn't dislocate my shoulder. This is what I do to campers. I'm a loose cannon, I'm a loose cannon. Holy smokes. Maybe I'm not a loose cannon. This isn't what I do to campers. Dang. Ooh, rattled my brain. Oh, I might have to get my little hatchet. Loose cannon it for myself, you know? Loosen the cannon. I'm having fun. Can you tell? I swear I haven't got my hatchet yet. Let's try this though. I'm gonna fall. Ow. Come on. Oh, I'm a loose cannon, I am. This is what I do to camper. Oh. It didn't break perfectly, but it'll still be good. Woo! El Presador, shout out. I'm a loose cannon, I'm a loose cannon. Oh. Okay, that'll just kind of contain the boughs for the most part. I gotta get, no, I don't have to get 10 more armfuls like I said, but I probably have to get 3 or 4 more, and that's just for the bed. The bed is far more important than the thatching above. It's not gonna rain, and even if it does snow, I'm already covered in snow. It's whatever. I got the wool blanket and the fire. I will still do it. I want to reiterate that the boughs on the ground are worth more than the boughs in the sky. Or on top. Oh yeah. Every Canadian is born in a bough bed. That's what their mom does when you get home from the hospital. If you're Canadian, your mom makes a bough bed like this, and you lay in it to just get the smell of the balsam and really your true Canadian essence. Again, I will start to weave my bedding in once it's enough, but there's no sense in doing it from the ground up. Oh, it's getting good, it's getting buoyant. Feeling like my child time bough bed, you know? That's pretty good, actually. I'm gonna get another armful and see how far that goes. Do I remind you of Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park right now? Chaotician. I can take this down and use it for my shelter and use the top for my bedding. So that's what I'm gonna do. The old trusty hatchet will do the job. This little hatchet is perfect for this. If I had to swing a big axe like this all day, it'd be a little bit taxing, but not like I've not done it. This is just perfect for this. And there's a lot of deadfall and dead standing around too. Limbs on trees and all sorts of stuff that I can get for my fire. For this kind of long fire, or this kind of fire, the long fire, a lot of small diameter stuff is better than a few bigger diameter stuff. That's the thing, man. It's never enough. It's never enough. Could always get more. Could always be warmer. Could always be more protected. But at some point you have to call it when it's good enough out here, because you're running out of light and resources and energy. It's just how it is. I am going to lay halfway on my blanket and halfway cover up with it, so I won't be laying directly on the needles. But it's getting pretty good there. Pretty lofty. Pretty lofty Wiseman. You know what, I figure because it's just me weaving now, it's a little bit more intricate. I can probably leave that for a bit and start to work on the roof and stuff. I can still get under there easily, as long as I'm not plowing through. Let's try that. See how far we get with that. See how good we can make it. I've got this ridgepole I already cut, you already saw. So that goes to just about where my bed ends, maybe a foot past it, which is ideal. I can duck under it to get in pretty easily. And then the fire could just be right out here. So, maybe I do need to move them in a little bit. I think I do. I think I do, so that it doesn't all burn down, which would not be good. Love being able to use the snow as part of my camp. Can only do that in the winter. We both moved in about a foot or so. Okay. Here's my pile of sticks that I cut down, just try to clear the area a bit. And we'll utilize these guys for the top. Nothing fancy. Seriously, we're just sticking into the snow for the most part. I might even leave some boughs on these things. Maybe one more there. I added some structure actually to that. Cool, look at that. Nice. It's just boughs that's got to go on now. That'll stay. That'll do. Clean it up a bit. Bough town. Score. I found a dead spruce, or a fallen down spruce rather, on my walk. I got soaking wet feet, but I got probably the rest of my boughs too. And in no time too soon, I'm losing light, and now I have to dry my feet out and still get a bunch of firewood. Minimal gear, maximum output. We'll get it though. I didn't wear my snowshoes because I didn't want to put them back on. And a few days ago we got a bunch of rain, but I thought it was all covered up, but it just covered up by the snow. I punched through it with with no snowshoes on, right to the water, and it soaked all through. My feet are drenched, which is not good. We gotta bring this around back to the shelter. I got my back covered already by that log, so I don't need to do it too low. More high up and to the sides cover. I don't even need that much. Again, this is not to keep rain off, just keep residual snow off. And keep warmth in a bit. Well, it's something. Better than nothing. I can get some more boughs in a little bit, but I really do need to get a fire going because I need to collect a lot of firewood, and I don't want to have to do that in the dark. I'd rather have it all around here. So that's what we have to do now. And I really need to melt some snow to drink. I've been eating a little bit here and there, but it's not a good practice. It's okay if you're moving around and working up sweat still, but not be sitting around eating snow. It's not a good call. Oh man, my poor feet. It's gonna take a lot of drying out. A whole lot of drying out. See that? Like they're wet, no joke. And what I have is what I have, so let's deal with it. All right, firewood. There's a lot right around this right general area, so that's good. Perfect. Ah. making a spot for my fire so it doesn't start to smoke real bad when it burns down in the middle and not the sides. Oh, I'm starving. The London broil is gonna be well deserved. Come on, go on your home. Grab some birch bark on my walks, getting wood and boughs, trying to dry it in my pocket a little bit. Again, everything is soaked from rain a few days ago, but we'll get it going. Trusty fire still works when wet. Doesn't work when lost, surprisingly enough. Cool, not too bad. I still have a ton of firewood to get. Just want to get this going though. Kind of like a fail-safe safety net type thing. All else fails, huddle by the fire. Wool blanket, all good. Even with that wool shirt, it'll be, or that wool jacket I wore in, it'll be toasty, hopefully. Hopefully. Having a little troubles here. All the wood is so wet on the outside, it's kind of giving the fire a little hard time, or a lot hard time. Again, I will get it, I promise. Promise myself even. All right, this is happening. Okay, I gotta stop rushing. Oh boy, this is good. Okay, we gotta take our time and relax. I'm running out of light, and that's what worries me. There we go. I have made fire. Now we need to keep it going. Alright, I gotta start to dry off and stuff. Still get some more boughs, get some firewood. Once it gets dark, I'll cook up my London broil. There's no rush, other than I'm starving, but that can wait. I've been doing intermittent fasting. Trying to lose some weight, you know. No, it's healthy for you, I heard. Alright, let's lay that in there. Hands too cold, too cold. I'm sure glad to have this wool. Wool keeps you warm when wet, for the most part. Alright, firewood. Firewood big time. I need food. Oh boy. The pile is growing. That is good. Gotta cook, man. I gotta eat. Cooking tripod. I got some aspen shoots to use as a grill. Score. I got I used a little bit of my cordage to tie that up. This cordage, this paracord was wrapped, the blanket was wrapped in to tie it up or whatever. So I'll use that for the side pieces too, for the grill. A makeshift grill. I think other than striking the fire steel, this is the first time I'm going to be using this knife today. I'll use it to cut my London broil as well, but not much. Not much use. More axe. Wintertime is definitely axe or hatchet time. Nothing fancy. Couple overhand knots. Alright, I'm going to do that all the way around and then make my grill. My grill. My grill. should be able to just rest this last one on the top of the other two. Boom. Like that. All right. Should be strong enough. Yep, certainly is. Time for the piece de resistance, the old London browl. Well, while that's cooking, I'm going to start to dry off, hopefully. I think I have all the boughs that I'm going to get, probably all the firewood that I'm going to get too. So it's worth trying to dry out my feet now. My boots too. I'm warm. I'm quite warm sitting here. This wool and this fire are doing the trick. Super hungry. I'm, like I said, just sitting here trying to dry out, warm up. The steam coming off of my stuff is nuts. I'm going to set up my bed soon too. And it'll be probably early night. It's already almost 6 o'clock. But I'll probably be in bed by 9 or so and just stoking the fire and holding on to any kind of warmth that I do have. But the rest of the night really probably will be drying my feet out for the most part. Sock off and show you. I got my one somewhat warm and dry-ish. Steam it good. Steam's toes. That meat will taste a little footy. A little footy meat. Now I don't have a headlamp or anything. I really did only bring what I told you and what I showed you. So I can't go too far from this at night. But I'll be able to use the fire for my light. I'm hoping that there's enough light to film with. Usually I have a big spotlight type thing for nighttime. But anyways, I do have to move this fire around. It's kind of burning all out in the middle like I was worried about. The pieces were too long for that little trench that I dug. I was all forced like super quick type thing. It wasn't ideal. But honestly, we're making it work and it's fine. I'll show you fixing the fire up and what I have to do to get it going again good. It's going. There's a huge bed of coals. It's just there's no wood in the middle anymore. Ooh, nice. Feels juicy. I got all the pieces into the middle now, where it's burning proper. Fuel to the fire. I just don't got. I gotta watch I don't knock down my London broil, because that's all the food that I have, and I'm a freaking hungry Joe. Have I mentioned that? Hungry Joe. Trying to conserve as much firewood as possible by just using the dog ends that aren't burnt. But I'm gonna have to throw some new pieces on soon, sure of it. That food is too high up. It's gonna take forever to cook. I have to fix it. I have to fix the tripod. I just don't want to. I'm gonna wait till this dies down a bit, maybe to coals, and see if I can rig up a grill closer down to it without messing with the tripod. All right, my first real drink of water today. Oh boy. A little bit of leaf litter in there. Oh boy, that's awesome. Oh. I'm not going to put my socks back on because I have to put my feet in my boots and they're going to get wet again. So I'm going to dry my socks out properly. They're like 90% there. And then I'm just going to put them in my pocket until I go to bed. And then I can put them on when I'm in bed so that I don't get them wet again. My feet are fine as are. They're wet in the boots, but they're staying warm. I'm very warm actually. I do have to drop this. That's a good view. The wind's picking up a bit. I don't think you can see this, but I'm getting my socks off the tripod right now. I already dropped my meat down. Got my eagle on, girl, and I'm gonna get rid of this tripod because it's very much in the way. Hopefully without knocking my meat into the fire. My meat is there on 2 sticks. See it? There you go. Alright, I got my phone. I'm going to use my phone so I can show you guys. This proves it to me that I need to bring a flashlight regardless. Not to survive or be fine, but specifically for filming. It doesn't make sense to try to talk to you about things I'm doing and if you can't see it. But that's my meat. See my meat. Cut it in half. It's all cooked. Onion broil, baby. I take the fire back up. Oh boy, that's good. I never had one of these till the other year. Never even knew what it was. Skirt steak or flank steak wrapped around sausage. The Londoniest broilist. Very good. I'm going to lay on half of this and cover up with the other half so I have more protection underneath me. And I'm going to leave the open side of the blanket because it's folded. I'm going to leave the open side towards the fire so any kind of air that comes in is going to be hopefully warm, not a draft from the backdraft. Oh. Still haven't put my socks on, obviously. Oh yeah. Oh. This is actually quite comfortable. I have been going non-stop since I got out here. I think I'm just going to relax for a little bit, wait for the fire to die down, and stoke it up again. And then who knows, maybe I'll try to go to sleep then. But we got some time. And we got some wood. So that's good. Oh boy. Trying to conserve wood, but I am cold now. I gotta get a bunch on. This sucks not having a flashlight. Again, nothing for survival. I can do it by myself with a fire, but for filming, this is no good. Hopefully you can see me. I gotta melt some more snow here. I've had a few cups of water, a few pots of water, but I feel dehydrated. There we go. I have made fire once again. That's warm, dang. Where have you been all my night? Oh. This log that I'm using to retain my bed is also a good little seat. I'm just pulling the wool blanket over the lip of it so that my butt's not on the cold log, and it's a nice seat. I'm comfortable under here. Get my socks on, bundle up. I'm still relatively warm. Where's my socks are 90% dry. The rest will dry on my feet. It's really, I can even put my feet by the fire here before I go to bed with the socks on to get the rest off, but I'm not concerned about the socks. I'm concerned that there's not enough firewood. Didn't have enough daylight to get it all done. As much firewood as I would have liked, at least. But we will survive the night. I have no qualms about the... My boots are going to be frozen solid in the morning. They are soaking wet inside, but my feet were staying warm inside them. I got my spruce needle tea going. Probably take out these pieces now. I'm just gonna lay here, hydrate, try and conserve all the warmth I can. Tuck my feet in. Ugh. Oh yeah, gotta love wool. Gotta love wool, man. Alright guys, wish me luck. I'll get with you in the morning. Think warm thoughts. This is the best part after you're all comfortable and warm. Getting up to shut the camera off. Yeah. Try not to step in snow. Oh. It's time to stoke this fire again. Good night again. Back to bed again. Well, it's almost 4. The fire's dead cold and out. I left a bundle of twigs and some birch bark. I'm gonna get going again. I gotta go back to bed, but I'm cold. I'm starting to shiver. Come on. I had to take off my socks before I put my boots on this morning. My socks are completely dry now, and my boots are frickin' soaked. So I got bare feet in these boots, which is a good feeling, you know? A real good feeling. There's no wood left. It's all burned up. Last little bit. Glad I saved it. Man. Oh. It didn't drop down too cold last night. And truthfully, I knew that if it was like a -20 night, I would have needed a hell of a lot more wood. And it probably wouldn't have been any sleeping. I think it hovered right around -2. That's what it was supposed to be, at least. So it wasn't that comfortable of a sleep, but I did get periods of it. And I hope to get another couple before the sun comes up too much. Light's starting to come up. I never end up going back to sleep after last time. My whole upper body is nice and warm, but my feet are freezing. Putting my boots on early. When I put my boots on it, whatever floor it was or whatever, to get the fire going again, I couldn't get my feet warm back from that. Even putting my dry socks back on, they didn't warm up. I gotta put my feet are in my boots now, and I have to move around to generate warmth. I'm gonna pack up soon and get out of here. There's enough light for me to start walking out soon. Come on, a little bit cold. So my biggest issue was not wearing my snowshoes when I went to go get wood the one time and punching through the snow. Like there was like 6 inches or a foot of water underneath the snow, which I had not expected at all. And I weren't wearing my snowshoes because I was trying to hurry up. And winter boots are not waterproof, right? They're insulated. They're not rubber, at least not all the way up. And my feet were soaked, as you saw. Now that wasn't a gear issue. That was me hurrying up and not wearing my snowshoes and not expecting water underneath the snow. But my gear performed flawlessly. Like I got everything done I needed to do. I could have used a little bit more thatching on top, but it didn't snow or anything. It doesn't matter, right? The bed was adequate. The wool blanket with this wool shirt was good. It kept me warm in my areas I needed to keep warm. And my feet really weren't that bad until halfway through the night there. I kicked up all the little tiny embers that are left. I'm going to try and blow it into a little bit of a flame to warm my feet and my hands before I pack up and get out of here. But good trip. Good test of little gear and skill. I want to show you how I wrap up my wool blanket with my gear in it too. I saved enough paracord. I only used a little bit for the tripod. I saved enough to wrap that up with. I made sure of it. A couple key things: more wood, always more wood, and then birch bark stored on me was good for this morning. An extra pair of socks would have went a very long way, but you know what I mean. Minimal gear. I could have thrown a pair of socks in my pocket with the old London broil. Wish I would have. Yeah, this is nothing. These are just embers, not even. This is always a good idea until you melt a hole in your sock. Oh, it's worth it right now, though. Oh, warm my toes, bro. Ah. Oh. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh. Can you even see it over here? I don't think you can. So we fold it in half. Pardon me. Need a drink of water. Fold it in half. You spread your gear out inside. Roll it up. Roll it up good. Paracord, what's left of it. I'm gonna tie a knot on the end to secure it so it doesn't open. I just gonna tie a couple overhands, nice and easy. And then you kind of, can't do it too much because I don't have that much paracord left, but wrap it around the wool blanket, going down it to kind of secure all the gear in there. And then at the other end, do the same thing, just tie the end off so that nothing can fall out. And then bring the two sides together and tie them all together. There's not much cordage left. Dang. It's too cold, too cold. Again, I learned this from Iowa woodsman Terry Barney. I think his YouTube channel is still around. IA Woodsman. Super, super, super old content, but very, very useful. I'm not joking. He's a fantastic dude as well. Really look up to the guy. He was a nah, maybe I won't say. Maybe I won't say. Learn for yourself. Again, in the Bushcraft USA days, which I owe a lot to that forum. Seriously, I wouldn't be where I am without it, and I wouldn't have the friends I have without it, and have the life I have without it. I realized that I should go back on there and pop in and say hi. Actually, if people are interested in learning skills and community, I would highly recommend Bushcraft USA. I haven't been on there in years, but it's where I started. Oh boy, and it's not just Americans on there, there's people from all around the world on there. There was, at least. Oh, it's cold on the toes, getting tight in there. These things are, nobody wants to take them on and off once you're out in the woods. It's nice to have them off, but it wasn't nice yesterday post-holing, so that was my bad. Alright, got our sash. I believe it's called a Ranger roll, I can't really remember, but I'm sure it's got plenty of names. Anyway, oh, I didn't tie it up properly, look at that. Paracord, where'd you go? It ripped big too. So I think it's called a Ranger roll, or I don't really know. I'm gonna put the tied up end at the top just in case. Okay, good. I'm gonna leave this shelter like this. As soon as the snow melts, it's all just gonna come down anyways. It's not in there structurally, it's all good. I am ready to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was good. It was a good little test. Haven't done something like this in a couple years, so I'm happy I still got it. I'm happy I still have my toes, and I need to start hiking to warm those bad boys up. Thank you very much for watching.